Welcome to an extra edition of the Jump Around. Pablo Iglesias here with our special guest, Nolan Winter. Just less than 24 hours ahead of tip-off as Wisconsin takes on Montana. Nolan, first and foremost, how was the trip to Denver for you guys?
Yeah, it was good. It was a quick turnaround for us, obviously, but we're all excited to kind of get this bad taste of our loss against Michigan out of our mouths, and we're ready to compete again. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
4 games in 4 days for you guys. I mean, hey, that was a heck of a weekend to watch you guys go through it. But you know what? How are those bodies feeling? Because, I mean, I'm sure a stretch like that, and then you got a quick turnaround, you got to travel and do all that. How are the bodies taking this at the moment?
Yeah, they're all right. We're doing a lot of recovery, and we're throwing everything we can at it. So, we're recovering properly. We're taking it a little easy today. We kind of turned it up a little bit and getting ready for a good Montana team. So, no, I think we're holding up pretty well. We got to remember to stay hydrated along with this elevation and everything. So, no, we're feeling good and we're ready to go out there and compete.
Yeah, man, playing in that elevation, I'm sure has got to be a different thing. Were you guys preparing, like, if you had practices Madison or whatever the case was? Are your trainers preparing you guys with that extra level of how to play in a higher altitude?
Oh yeah. They're training us on how to, and they're giving us all sorts of stuff to just kind of be prepared for it. But the main thing is just kind of hydration. I know it's pretty cliche, but we're just pounding waters over here, knowing with the flight and the elevation and everything, kind of gets you dehydrated. So hydration, just getting our legs right. A little Normatex here and there, and yeah. I mean, like I said, we're still pretty young. We're in our early 20s, so we're ready to go.
Hey man, hang on to that one. Hang on to that one. That's a good thing. So nobody's like wearing. I know guys get like super intense with training in general. Like nobody's wearing like masks or anything to kind of like help them breathe a little bit, or no crazy nothing with that to prepare for this high altitude level, right?
We're not at that stage yet. No, no. Right now, we're just kind of doing the basics, but who knows? Who knows after this game?
Well, being out in Denver too, the open practice. I know you guys are just coming off the court, man. Tell us a little bit about the Badgers and who you've seen so far in terms of fans supporting you guys out there.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a cool experience. Obviously, we had our band there, and then we had all sorts of fans there watching our open practice, really just getting shots up, just getting a feel for the rims in the arena. It was our first time there. So, but no, obviously, it was really cool to see Badger fans having our backs, and hopefully tomorrow, even more show out, and we can hear 'em loud from the court.
That's awesome, man. First thing, when you stepped on that court, what was going through your mind? I know you've been through this before last season, but still, when you step out on that court and you get to see the fans, you get to see the band, and you get to see the March Madness logo, all those things around you. What's the first thing that came to your mind when you stepped on that court?
Just completely blessed and just soaking it in. That was kind of the thing for our team today specifically. Just like enjoy it, go out there, have some fun. You can't take this for granted being in March Madness. We know there's a lot of other teams that wish to be in our position. So we're going out there and we're just going to enjoy every second of it. And yeah, that's really all that was going through my head. I was
And
happy to see all the fans and the support that we have. And, it takes pride in being a Badger.
that's awesome, man. And you guys got a game. You guys got a game on Thursday, of course. That's the whole reason why you're there. Tell us a little bit about the scouting report of Montana. What do you guys know about this team as you head into the first round?
Yeah, very well coached team. Honestly, they're pretty similar to us. They take care of the ball, they shoot it pretty well. Solid defensively, really well coached. They're going to play hard. So, obviously it's going to be a good game for us. And if we don't go out there and compete, we could have problems. So we're going to go out there and give it our all against a good Montana team. And yeah, we're ready. Like I said, we're ready to kind of flush that loss out of our systems and get back and hopefully get in the win column.
What do you think was the biggest learning lesson, you guys learned from, like I said, the heck of a run that you guys put together in Indy is one that you got to pat yourselves on the back for to an extent. But what do you think was the biggest learning moment for this entire group?
Honestly, and looking back, just staying together through the highs and lows. I know I've mentioned that on this show before, but that's what it boils down to as a team. Off the court and on the court, this team's ultra connected in whatever we're doing, and on the court, you can really feel that. So obviously, that Michigan game, some shots didn't fall, and we wish we could have just made a couple more, but it is what it is. That's basketball, and early on after we saw we played Montana, we kind of flushed that game out, knowing that we're gonna have to play really well against Montana to beat them. So no, I mean just staying together through the trials and tribulations.
Nolan, I know we've talked about this before on your past appearances. Learning, you had that run similar to last year. You guys make it to the Big Ten championship. You come up just empty against a team against Illinois, and then you guys make it to the NCAA tournament. From this moment to compared to last year's, what do you think has been the biggest thing you learned from last year's experience that you're bringing into this time around?
Yeah, well, thankfully this is my second March Madness appearance now. Last year playing in that game against James Madison, and after playing Illinois, this March Madness tournament just felt like a completely different almost game and intensity to it. So I'm glad I got that experience last year, kind of knowing what I'm stepping into here. But it's fun, it's competitive, and it's what you want to be in. This is what, like, growing up as a kid, this is kind of, you dream of playing in that Big Ten tournament championship on Sundays and then going to get to play March Madness. So thankfully, as being a Badger, I've been able to do both. And yeah, we're hoping we can make a little more of a run than we did last year.
Yeah, we're keeping our fingers crossed, of course, too. Describe the team's energy right now, too. Is there a nervous energy, or is it more of an exciting type of vibe?
It's more exciting for sure. Some people might have a little nerves to them, but it's all good. That's sports. That's what basketball is. It's March Madness. It's do or die. So, no, we're all really excited, and we're ready to get back out there and compete, like I said.
I love it, man. What are you guys doing? I know it's an intense schedule. You guys are traveling. You're going to different hotels. You got open practice. You probably got to have some recovery. But what are guys doing right now for some downtime? Who's your roommate, too, by the way? Is it just you?
It's Steven, and he's not here. I wish he was
Oh,
here, but
come
it's
on,
Big
man.
Steve. It's big. He's getting a massage right now. So, like, that's kind of what we're doing. We're getting massages. We're just getting our bodies right, really taking loads off when we're not practicing. But yeah, I was hoping he'd maybe walk in here or something, but I don't think he will.
Gotcha. Well, just talking about too, like obviously, it's great that whoever, as Coach Guard said to reporters, I think after the game on Sunday, the bad teams are on spring break and the good ones are playing on in March. Obviously, we were all hoping for a Milwaukee draw for you guys. Was there any disappointment when that news came out, or really at the end of the day, it's just about dancing?
Yeah, I mean, that's not really our decision. Obviously, we would have loved to play in Milwaukee, but it's not the cards we were dealt. So, I mean, we're in Denver now. Nothing we really could do to change that, obviously, as much as we wanted to play in Milwaukee for the fans and everything. But, it's not going to change how we handle our business. We're going to go out there and we're just going to compete and have fun with it, and hopefully come back to Madison with some wins.
Nolan, again, you've been a part of this. You mentioned how blessed you are to have your second trip to the March Madness tournament be your sophomore year. What would it mean to get your first NCAA tournament victory tomorrow?
And it mean the world. I mean, like I said, ever since I was a little kid, like getting pulled out of school and watching these games and filling out some brackets or something, I've always dreamt of being in the position of some of these players. So no, it'd mean the world to get a win for me and for my family. I know that they travel with me every game, so I know it'd mean a lot to my family and to a lot of the families within Wisconsin and the program itself. So we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Hey, man, weird things can happen in different brackets, and obviously we're going to be pulling for you guys. And hey, if you had to, last question, make a statement, for the people that are like teetering, like, do we take Wisconsin and all that? What's your statement on behalf of the entire team on why, you got to go with Bucky, man?
Yeah, I mean, people probably won't be able to see it from the outside, but from being on the inside and being within the team, I think the most together team is going to go the furthest in this tournament, the most competitive, and you got to take pride in the defensive end, and that's what Wisconsin basketball is all about. We take pride in the defensive end, let the offense just kind of flow. We got a very deep team. We go 8, 9, 10 deep sometimes. So it could be anyone's given night, as we've seen. And I mean, yeah, we're not going to be an easy letdown for sure. We know it's Wisconsin basketball, and we got to take pride in what we're doing here in March.
Actually, I do got one more before we let you go. I know I asked a little bit about your dad's history, too, in the Final Four and the run that they had in Minnesota. What's the biggest piece of advice that he gave you as you roll into the tournament?
One game at a time. Every game is its new opportunity, and within these weeks we got 2-game tournaments. We got to win on Thursday, we got to win on Saturday to make it to the next week, and that's what every team's trying to do. So just taking it one game at a time, really focusing on these good teams, because like Coach said, every team in here is a really good team. They're all really hot right now, so we know that we can't walk over anyone. So taking every game seriously and going with the utmost respect to the opponent, and just putting our hard hats on and getting to work. So I'm I'm super excited to get after it this tournament.
Man, you got me ready to run through a brick wall. One game at a time in a 2-week tournament. Well, hey, Nolan, we really appreciate your time, man. Best of luck tomorrow. And, hey, we can't wait to see where the road takes you. Once again, Nolan Winter, Pablo Iglesias here. This is The Jump Around.